Greetings and peace, everyone. This is Jahi Far, and I'm creating this particular video to touch on a very, very important topic, and that is pretty much how to maintain health after you've reached a stage of homeostasis or just a state of balanced health. Okay, how do you maintain it? Which is very important, a very great question, because I think it's very easy to get to a state of homeostasis or balanced health again, uh, but it's much harder, much more difficult to maintain it. And that's strictly because some people have a lot of wrong information, but also it requires a lot of discipline. It requires you to be consistently organized and responsible in terms of your habits in order to maintain that health and quality of life. Again, so what I'll do with this video is just throw out three basic categories of habits that will allow you to maintain a state of health. Okay, I want to start off by stating that in order to be a holistically healthy person, where so you're healthy in terms of your physical, your mental, but also your spiritual. Uh, Healing the five basic organs and their corresponding lesser organs will allow for that. And those five basic organs and the lesser organs are the liver and its lesser organ, the gallbladder, the heart and its lesser organ, the small intestines, the spleen and its lesser organs, the pancreas and the pancreas. I can't believe I forgot that one. The spleen, pancreas, and stomach. Yeah, okay. The lungs and its lesser organ, the large intestines, and the kidneys and its lesser organ, the bladder. Okay. So again, healing and constantly keeping these five basic organs healthy and replenished will allow for the total body to be healthy and replenished. And I know that I'm going to receive a call and say, bro, you left out the brain. What about the brain? That's a major organ. It is, but the brain allows for pretty much just interpretation of the body, and that's the main goal of the brain, to interpret things. But when we think of the importance of the brain, we think of the mind too, right? We always say this is the mind, right? But the mind is in every portion of the body, and in particular in the five basic organs that I've just mentioned. And what do I mean by that? I mean that everyone has five minds. Okay, you have five characteristics. Okay, and those characteristics, for example, are the liver deals with the visionary person and the decision maker. The heart deals with the leader and the motivator mind or characteristic. The spleen deals with the compassionate, diplomatic individual or counselor individual. The lung deals with the self-organized, self-disciplined, and warrior-minded individual, and the kidneys deals with the strong will and fearless individual. Okay, so we all have these five organs, and thus all of us have these five minds. But we know that most people will be more developed in one or two of these minds than other people will. But the goal is to get all of these minds to a state of homeostasis, and then to maintain that health of those mind frames, and thus those organs. Okay, so I hope that that's clear. Okay, so to jump right into it, I'm going to organize this based off of three categories, okay, relating to the five basic organs. Okay, so the first category is physical activity, and physical activity relating to exercise, but also mental study and research and reading and things of that nature. The second category is nutrient consumption, so eating food, what are the proper foods to eat for that particular organ. And then lastly, the emotional category, which is very, very important because it's heavily neglected here in the Western society, and especially by men. Because particularly dealing with the emotion of fear, most men see that as a chink in our masculine armor. And I have to point out that in order for us to become fearless, we have to once have been a fearful individual. You can't reach that stage of fearless without overcoming fear. So fear is important. Emotions are important. They are necessary. It's very crucial for me to point out as well that all emotions pertaining to the five major organs produce hormones. And as I pointed out in the previous video, hormones allow for growth and development. So without properly utilizing the five basic emotions, then we cannot properly grow and develop. Okay, I think that's very important. So let's jump right into it. The liver, starting with the liver. The first category, physical exercise, meaning holistic exercise, meaning performing anaerobic and anaerobic. So anaerobic just being like light weightlifting, things of that nature. Aerobic exercises, doing swimming, jogging, something like that. And then stretching, yoga. Very important to combine all of these workouts to help in the maintaining of a healthy liver. But also studying, reading, researching. Again, the liver is tied back to the mindset, the visionary, and decision maker. So in order to make good decisions, you have to be studied. Okay. Moving along to the second category, which is nutrient consumption. The taste that is related to the liver is the taste of sour. So eating sour, natural, organic foods, such as lemons and limes, will greatly benefit the liver. Okay, moving along to the next and third category, which is the emotion. Anger is the emotion that is tied directly to the liver organ. Okay, and again, it's not to suppress anger, because we don't want to suppress any emotion. All emotions were given to us and are endowed in us by the Creator, whoever you see that Creator to be. All of us have these emotions, and we have them for a reason, particularly for growth and development. So anger is directly linked to the liver organ. And one of the ways to balance that anger is to practice being patient. Being patient. Recognize that you're angry, but just not allowing your activity of violence to be associated with anger. Be patient. Allow that to be the default reaction when feeling anger. And the way to do that is practice patience when you feel that emotion coming on. Okay? So moving to the next organ, which is the heart. In the physical category, or the first habit, we have brisk walking. Okay, walking is great for the heart because it allows for the entire circulatory system, ranging from the very minute veins and arteries that run through our head all the way down to our toenails. So we want to allow for the proper circulation of the entire body, and walking greatly helps that. Okay. Moving to the second category for the heart is the taste of bitter foods greatly help and replenish and rejuvenate and maintain a healthy heart and small intestines. Some of the bitter foods to eat are chard greens, mustard greens. In the spring salad that I buy, and they sell them in all, mostly all supermarkets. It doesn't have to be a Whole Foods or something like that, because I've seen it in some of the low-level markets. They sell spring salads, and inside of those salads, it has like a reddish purple part of a salad. I think it's arugula, and that's very bitter, and it helps out greatly with the heart. So all the bitter taste, natural bitter taste, will greatly benefit and maintain a healthy heart and small intestines. Okay, so moving to the third category, um, the emotion that is tied to the heart is um, elation, anxiety. Okay, so being overly happy to the point of you feeling anxious. And one of the ways to help out with this emotion is to practice a mantra or prayer if you're religious, or as in most cultures, some basic meditation before you go into whatever the situation that made you feel anxious. For example, there was some research done that, like, I think it was like 90% of Americans fear performing public speaking, and they go through a state of anxiety. So one of the ways that people found that a lot of people were able to overcome that fear of anxiousness and anxiety was by performing some type of prayer, some type of mantra, something that allows you to lower your blood pressure before embarking into that situation which sparked that anxious feeling. Okay, so very important. So moving on to the next organ, we have the spleen and its corresponding stomach and pancreas organs. The physical activity that will help out with that is sitting meditation. Taking 10 to 15 minutes a day and sitting in what most people call the Indian style meditation, but sitting there and allowing yourself to meditate in that your back and head are aligned. Okay, that's very important, especially because the mind that is, again, related to the spleen organ is the diplomat, the counselor, the compassionate person. And in order to be in that state, you must be in a state of very focused consciousness. And you get there by that sitting meditation, aligning the spine and meditating. So practicing that 5 to 10 minutes a day will definitely help out that organ. Okay, so moving along to the second category, which is the nutrient consumption that will help out the stomach, spleen, pancreas, is the taste of sweet. And as related to the last video that I did, sweet will directly benefit that organ, the spleen, particularly organic fruits. Okay, fruits that are more water-based. Bananas are good, but I would recommend doing things like honeydew melon, cantaloupe, watermelon, grapes, apples, because they have more water content in them. So sweet foods would definitely benefit the spleen. Okay, moving along to the last category for that one, we have the emotion, and the emotion that is tied to the spleen is worry. Okay, worry. And one of the ways to help balance out that in that particular emotion is to study what made you worry, why you're worried, and then come up with some solutions to implement to take that worriness away. For example, most people are worried about paying bills. Most people are worried about their children, how they're going to raise them, things of that nature. Or if you lost your car, if you couldn't pay for it, those things make you worry, on a daily basis. Come up with some solutions to those problems, and the worry will eventually go away. Again, allowing for growth and development, the purpose of emotions. Okay, so moving along to the next organ, which is the lung and large intestine. The physical category of that is aerobics. Jogging, running, biking, swimming, anything that requires you to breathe deeper into those lungs will definitely benefit and maintain the lungs and large intestines. Okay, moving on to the nutrient category, the taste that is related to the lungs are pungent foods, garlic, onions, things of that nature. I wouldn't recommend eating garlic every day. you probably better to cook it. But onions you can consume every day. They're lesser than garlic, but it's much better in terms of you being able to consume them every single day. Also, the red onions, or purple onions, not red, purple. I've seen those in a lot of stores. They're better for the body, especially the lungs. Also, ginger root is pungent food that is good. Okay. Moving along to the emotion category, the emotion that is tied to the lungs and large intestines is depression. Okay, depression. Again, all emotions are important and they allow for growth and development. So it's okay to feel depressed as long as we find time to move to the next level or overcome that depression, and most importantly, learn from it. So some things that you can do to overcome depression is to find something daily or whenever you're feeling depressed to make you smile, make you laugh. Do something that you enjoy to do to take your mind off of the depression. Hang around some people that allow you to get out of that stage of depression. Again, 2-3 depressed people should not be around each other. It needs to be some balance there. So if you're married and you have a husband and wife in the same household, if one of you guys are depressed, the other guy should be there to make that person feel better. Both of y'all shouldn't be depressed at the same time. And if you are, you have to seek a community that will help to bring you out of that state of depression. Me personally, when I'm depressed, I exercise and that helps bring me up. I also watch comedy. Comedy is great. Laughter is great for bringing you out of depression. The brother Patrice O'Neal, that brother is a fool. But anyway, to stay focused, that's what I use to bring me out of depression. I think that's important. And the last but not least organ to help with to be helped with is the kidneys and its corresponding bladder. Okay, the physical activity for that is relaxation. Learning how to relax, finding things that allow you to relax or give you that time to relax. Personally, I take naps every day, 45 minutes to an hour of sleeping a day. I know most people like myself get up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and don't go to sleep again until 11 o'clock. That's no good. Okay, in order to maintain health, your body needs to rest. You have to find time to rest. Okay, very important. Moving along to the nutrient that helps, salt. Salt, salty taste, natural organic salts. Sea salt is good. Celery seed is much better. Cook with celery in order to get that salty taste that will definitely help balance and maintain the health of the kidneys. And the emotions, the emotion that is tied to the kidneys is fear. Again, most men fear it. Most men fear. So one of the ways to get away from that is to simply figure out what it is you're fearing, intelligently plan to overcome it, and try to overcome it daily. Okay? I hope that these 3 basic categories help to let people know about the emotions, their body, and how to heal and maintain total health. As always, all comments, questions, concerns are welcome. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.